Hey guys, today's not so happy of a story. I wanted to go over how I saved a chahoua gecko that's currently in my collection. So I was browsing Kijiji the other day and I saw an ad for a mainland chahoua female. And it piqued my interest mainly because when I saw the photos, I saw that this particular person probably didn't really know how to take care of chahoua. They followed the common understanding online that what you really need to do is treat it the exact same as you would a crested gecko. However, with chahoua geckos, if you know them at all, you would know that they need extra supplementation. Their eggs are so much thicker than crested gecko eggs that they need more calcium in their diets. They need more supplementation, and in my opinion, they need UVB no matter what. I actually catch my females out asking all the time, so it is unfair to think that they don't need it. But needless to say, I saw the photos, I contacted the seller, and I was like, how much are you looking for? What is going on? And it ended up being a mom of a child who what he really wanted to do was make some money on the side. So he purchased this chahoua, bred her with a male. The male ended up passing away because he never really gave them a break. I keep mine together year round. However, I lower the temperature in my gecko room so that everybody slows down, so that they have a nice cooling off season. But this guy just kept them in his, temperature controlled room, which was above 75 year round. So she just kept on producing eggs, producing eggs, producing eggs. And now she is severely deformed. Let me take her out for you guys and I'll let you guys take a look. So this is her. I have not named her yet, and I don't want to name her after her deformities, like something like Quasimodo, because it's not fair to her. She had no choice. This was improper supplementation provided by her previous owner, and I couldn't let her specifically be left to this. And luckily, because the owner had actually seen some of my videos in the past and is actually a previous client of mine, purchased some ledges. And what they said was really, take her. We're not looking to sell her. And that was really what I was looking for. It's not that I was trying to be cheap. It's not that I was trying to get her for free. But my whole understanding is if you see a sick gecko or a deformed gecko, if you are paying to rescue that animal and have them in your collection, you are just feeding fuel to the fire. So you're giving that person a reason to go out and buy another one, put them in the same condition, and make somebody feel like I have to rescue this person, or this gecko in particular, and spend $100, $300, whatever it is. With chahoua, they're actually rather expensive, but as you can tell, her tail is floppy, it's very, very thin, and there are a bunch of kinks in it. The base of her tail is actually very, very concaved. And you can see her spine, you can see her ribs, and take a look at her head. Typically when chahoua are being bred and they lay their eggs, their heads sink in. This is where their calcium deposits are. So this is the reason why if you ever see a chahoua like this, not particularly with the tail and the spine and in this condition, but if they had just laid eggs, this is what you would notice is the head. That is normal. She actually just laid a pair of eggs for me, infertile, but because she was being overbred, it's just programmed within her. She's currently cooling, so I'm hoping that she'll stop producing eggs. But it's quite sad to see her in this condition, and I couldn't just leave her there. It was not fair. And that owner just lost interest and stopped caring and said that, you know, it was too hard to sell the babies. And, you know, or actually he said that one year it was very easy to sell the babies, and then the next it was a lot harder, and a couple babies passed, so he felt like he wasn't a good owner anymore. And then, you know, he just stopped caring and he stopped giving proper supplementation, thinking, oh, it's the same as a crested gecko, it's not really needed. But it really, really is, or else you get a gecko like this. Like I can't stress it enough that this species of geckos is one that needs supplementation. It needs UVB. And you can't go around thinking that it's the same as another species, because it really isn't. Let me show you what a chahoua should look like. So here is a mainland, he's a male, but this is what they should look like. Nice and plump, not too thin, the tail is nice and straight. Now this is a male, so it's not really a fair comparison, but just to show you what they should look like, you should see the head, that it's perfect condition, the tail is nice and straight. This is the way they should be. I'm gonna put it back because I don't like to handle my geckos too much. This is a PI female, so not really a fair comparison as well. However, you can see that she's nice and stocky, her tail is nice and straight, and there are no issues at all with this female. She is still a subadult, so she's not even breeding, but this is really the type of condition you want them in. You do not, you know, want your gecko to get to what you just saw. So here's one of my breeders. Yes, she's a PI as well. However, as you can tell, you know, there's a little bit of kinking on the tail at the bottom, but that's just because she laid her last set of eggs for me. But her head has filled in nicely and no longer has any dips in it. And this is the main reason why I feed either, you know, dead and egg geckos to them, or pinkies in particular, so that they have enough fat storage and calcium storage to handle laying the eggs that they lay. But this is what, at the end of a season, she's produced 6 eggs for me this year, which is quite a bit. And it's really, really the way that they should be at the end of a breeding season. Well, I just wanted to share the story of how I rescued that gecko and how it's currently in my care, and it will be taken care of properly now. I currently have visited the veterinarian 3 times since owning her, and she has confirmed that it is not suffering, so I did not have to put it down. However, it was an option. Also, I have to dose it with calcium up until the point that the head fills back in, and I have liquid calcium for that, so it's rather simple to do so. It's a little bit stressful for the gecko, and I wouldn't be surprised if she drops her tail in the process, but it's what's needed to actually get her to a healthy state. She will never be the same, she will never look the same. However, she needs proper care. She needs that supplementation. She's currently on UVB. She's currently getting extra supplementation in her food just so that she can fill back up. And if she'll take it, which she hasn't yet, I've been giving her pinkies, but she does love crickets. Crickets dusted with calcium, so that has helped a lot. So keep this in mind when keeping chahoua or any gecko. They all need specific care requirements, and some need UVB, some need extra supplementation, even though online you'll read that chahoua are the same care as crested geckos. They really are not, especially when breeding them. So keep that in mind. All right. Also, just write in the comments down below. I'm looking for a name for her. I don't typically name my geckos, but because she's going to be a pet only, and I'm not going to be breeding her, she's just going to be alone in her cage. I wanted to consider her a pet, and maybe even a mascot for this page, because, you know, like Arcadia says, like the company say, you know, thrive, not survive, which is something I personally believe in. And this gecko is perfect proof that you know, some New Caledonian geckos need UVB, they need supplementation, even though there are critics out there that still say that I'm wrong. Drop a name suggestion for her in the comment section, and let's see if we can get her named. Alright? Thanks for watching. If you like this video, drop a like down below, and comment if you have any questions. Be sure to subscribe for future content. Thanks!